Hey guys, what's up everybody? Welcome or welcome back again to another video or another training video from Apex Predator Billiards Club. My name is Apex Selenio and I will be taking you through this training session where I'm going to be playing a best of 12 with my ghost. Now the normal way of playing the ghost game is where you play against an imaginary player that is prolific at the game, doesn't miss, and always clears up after you make a mistake. Now at the higher level, the ghost is played where if you miss a shot you automatically lose the rack. But in this instance I am not at the level, nor do I have the equipment that would per se allow me to do what my mind tells me that I can do. So unfortunately I can't play that version of the ghost. I will have to play the version where if I miss I will pretend that my ghost will be also playing the actual game. So in this case my ghost can also make a mistake, and this is just mainly to just allow me to see my true game and what I can do if I were to make a mistake. How would I punish myself and how do I actually run the rack if I get a chance to do so. Alright, so we're going to be starting this race to, well, not race, best of 12, and here comes the break off for the first rack. It's a winner break format, and here we go. Nice little pop break there. Nice spread. Cue ball head towards the side pocket, below the side pocket. Pocketed a few balls. Well, pocketed one ball. I believe that was the wing ball. And so I'm just about to now assess what I need to do on this game here. Now there you can see I'm measuring up that I need to just play this cue ball with a bit of high center and just slide down just slightly below the tangent line. My prediction here is telling me that I'm going to go towards the 2. So what I needed to do here was just a little bit of left, but I played it a bit of high, so the cue ball drifted away from the tangent line to the right. So therefore then I got an unfortunate bump onto the 2. All right, almost scratched, but I didn't. So there I've made my first error. You can see I'm shaking my head because that's not exactly where I wanted. I just needed to just get a shot on the 2 so I could play a 3-5, but unfortunately that's not the case. Now when I'm doing training, guys, what I try to do is try to run out all the racks, no matter how easy it is. Unless I have to play a combination on the 9, then I don't elect for that option. But because I'm actually playing a live race, naturally I would just not play the combination and try to play a safety. But there you can see now I'm just lining up a combination for Apex Selenio to take a 1-0 lead. This is not the normal way that I like to play, but this is what's available and this is naturally how 9 ball is played. So there we go, a very premature end to the first rack. I would have loved to get into the game a bit more, but what offered on the table was a combination, so that allowed me to take a 1-0 lead. All right, so let's hope that as we go throughout this match we're going to see a lot more in terms of my skill set, my kicking, banking, jumping, safety play, kick safe, pattern play, position play. We want to see how much of that we can get out of this match. All right, so here we're going to be doing another break off here. I've been training for the past 6 weeks. I've been putting a lot of work, especially on my position and pattern play and ball pocketing. So here's an opportunity for me to execute what I have been practicing. So here we're gonna go after another break. Boom, another pop break, beautiful spread, pocketed a few balls here. Cue ball went in the same direction and hit the same spot on the side rail that it had done in the last rack. So there I'm beginning to see a bit of consistency here. All right, so what is my thought process in this game here? I'm thinking that I could bank the 1, and you can see that I'm predicting that the cue ball is going to go in between the 5 and the 3. That's what I'm seeing there. So I'm thinking that if I bank the 1, I will get an automatic position on the 2. But at the same time, I'm thinking that, hey, if I bank the ball short, that is hitting the pro side of the rail, that is the side rail, then it should go back onto the short rail towards the 9 ball, and I should play a safe behind the 5 or leave distance. So let's see what happens here. That was the intention. I overbanked the ball, and so I left a shot in the pocket for my ghost to play. So now my ghost has approached the table and is now playing, about to take his first shot. All right, so the process here is that I am thinking that maybe I should go 2 rails, but then I'm not liking where the 9 ball is. It's blocking my natural path for the 2 rails. So I think I've changed my mind here, and I'm just gonna go 1 rail up and down onto the high side of the 2 ball. Nice stroke here, nice speed, rolling up nicely. Let us see how I have landed. I've landed pretty good on to the 2 ball. So that was a good positional shot there. Like I said, guys, this is a training session, and I'll just be taking you through my thought process of what I'm thinking about when I'm trying to run a rack. So I would love to leave you with the suspense of knowing what happened, but the commentary here will give you an idea of my own thought process here. So here I'm just going to be cutting the 2 with a bit of high center, trying to go past the 3, but I needed a bit of right spin, just a little bit. I didn't play with a little bit of right spin. It makes the shot a bit more complicated, so I rather to settle with whatever the table offers me, just using the vertical axis of the cue ball. So I got a nice little bump here. Not exactly what I wanted, but the outcome was not too bad. So all I have to do here is just kind of stun draw a little bit for the 3 down in the corner to hold position for the 4. The 5 is available nicely, so is the 6, so is the 9. All right, so there you can see, ooh, that was I slightly undercut that ball. So that was my first, well, that was the ghost first miss shot. Remember, I told you guys that the ghost does not normally miss at the higher level when playing against the ghost, but of course I'm trying to build my game up to that level. So for now, my ghost is allowed to make an error. All right, so here I'm just going to be playing this 3 ball, just going 1 rail, coming out near to the middle of the table for a shot onto the 4. The balls are pretty much laid out nicely here for a clearance for Apex LNU to take a 2-0 lead. All right, so as I'm about to clear up this rack here, I guess most of you who are watching should be able to figure out what pattern I'm going to be playing here. I've been working a lot for the past 6 to 7 weeks on my position play, my pattern play, especially playing with center ball and controlling the white ball. That's so very important in running what we refer to as flawless or running an out. So I've been working a lot on this, and here you can see a demonstration of how much I have control over my cue ball there. So guys, in this match in this practice session here, you're going to be seeing a lot of my thought process there. I'm just analyzing, should I go onto the short side of the 9, but then that's pretty risky considering I'm high up on the 6. So I decided to just do a little stun draw and look at the control on that cue ball for a nice position on the 9 to take a 2-0 lead. Alright guys, so as you go throughout this match, you're going to be seeing a lot of different things. You're gonna see my kicking skills, my banking skills. You're gonna see position play, pattern play, jumping, kick safe, attempt at everything, the right things to do in a game. I also want you to pay attention to how composed I am. This is level 1 of pressure because there's no one that's watching me. I'm not doing this as a live match. This is a video that I made and I've now pieced them all together to show you how I go about the rack. But provided that someone or I was doing this live, it may have been a different scenario, but I will be doing some of those very soon, so do look out for that. I just want you to learn as much as you can from me whilst I'm learning from myself here. So Apex Selenium, 2-0 lead, not a break off. Wow, that was a lot of power into that break. I got the pop. I believe I hit above the side pocket this time. That was a little bit too much power than I needed, but I got a nice spread. However, no balls were pocketed, so the ghost now has the option to attack the rack here. So what is my thought process? I'm thinking that I just need to fall onto the 2 ball for a shot down to the bottom right hand pocket. It's a 4 shot. This is a 4 1/4 inch pocket, really tight. Touching the rail any at all will cause a miss. So let's see what happens here. Nice little stroke. Had a little unwanted side spin. I really wanted to play with a bit of stun draw, but I had a little bit of right spin, too much speed. Now I'm snookered behind the 3. All right, I'm still at the table, which is good. So here you're going to be seeing my first attempt to play a kick onto the ball. I don't have an obvious kick. 2 rails out of the corner is out. The 1 rail is a bit difficult. So I'm thinking that maybe if I could go 3 rails, there you can see I'm pointing. I'm going to play 3 rails right there at that spot to kick the 2 ball and hoping for some sort of safety. So let's see here what's going to be happening. I'm doing some calculations here, and so I'm just going to go between the 8 and the 6 for a 3 reel. I actually saw someone play this shot in the Whirlpool Masters 2021, and I saw the first opportunity here to do it, but unfortunately I'm not a pro, so I fell short there, and I don't think that the speed was right. So even if I had landed at that spot that I had indicated, contacting the 2 would not have allowed the ball to return to the rail unless I had made a thin contact. But anyways, that was my first error. Well, that was the ghost first error. So Apex Selenium is back at the table with ball in hand, and so I'm about to plan the rack here. So just think I just need to get a shot onto the 3, just roll up a little bit. That's a nice shot there. I didn't look at the position that I really wanted on the 3 because I'm a right-handed player, so I really left myself in a bad position where I needed to use a bridge. Whenever you can avoid using the bridge, please do so. Sometimes you also have to, before you play a shot and you want a particular position, always check to see if you're going to need the bridge. But nevertheless, I'm still very useful at this, so I'm just going to be going 2 reels and out, holding that cue ball. It had the chance to get away. I needed a bit more follow on that so I could come on the high side of the 5 to land for a good position on the 4. I'm a bit far away from the 4, but I have good position, and so this is pretty good. All right, so I'm at the table here. I just need to just play this 4 ball straight down, just a little bit of stun draw here just to slide out. I do not want to be bridging over that 8, so I need to get away from that 8 as much as possible. All right, so let's see here. Nice little stroke here, lovely stroke onto that 4 ball, nice position onto the 5. All right, so feeling good. I have a 2-0 lead against my ghost. My ghost has not done much wrong, but except a few positional errors and of course one bad kick resulting from that bad positional play. So there I'm kind of stretching a little bit here, but I still think I'm able to make the shot. That's very good, not bad. There you can see I'm just still trying to get my hands working. I did a few warm-up drills just before playing this match, so I'm pretty warm in terms of my flow of my arms, but nevertheless it's a different case when you're actually running a rack. So here we go. Just going to be putting this 6 straight down. Just need to leave the cue ball near to the middle of the table here. I don't need to do much with the cue ball, as you're going to know that when you overhit the cue ball too much, that's when you sometimes overcut, undercut, apply unwanted side spin. So there you can see I had a little bit more angle than I actually initially thought. It was actually during the pre-shot routine that I realized that I needed to bounce off the side rail because the angle was too much for the hold. So here you're going to see a shot here. What I needed to do was just to pretty much settle for a long shot on the 8. That's what really needs to be done here, but I needed to get a little bit closer to my work because like, right, so here we go, just settling down, just trying to get into the cue ball to get a little bit of draw here. Okay, but I overhit that cue ball a little bit disappointed, as you can see right there. That's not the position that I wanted. However, the ghost now has an opportunity here to get a rack on the board. Alright, so hope I said that right. Hopefully it's the ghost that has the shot right now. So just cutting the 7 in, going off 1 rails, 2 rails, coming back out to the middle of the table. I ended on the 50-yard line. Not ideal. So I really needed to land a little bit more straight for easy drawback, but this is still a makeable shot. I just need to settle down and kind of just stroke this cue ball in. This cue ball will need to come off 2 rails, side rail, and come back out nicely for the 9 in the adjacent pocket here. So just using a bit of right spin, or I should say left spin. I need a bit more, but I didn't want to miss the shot, so I settled for what I got there. Alright, so very important, I just settle down on the line, find the contact spot, and both execute this shot here. Nicely stroked, going off 2 rails into the corner. Alright, so it's now a 3-1 lead. The ghost has the break, and that wasn't too bad. There were aspects of the game that was good. A missed shot, well, a missed position, attempted kick and miss, an attempted run out, and an unfortunate miss. So good things and bad things happen in that rack. So let's move on now to rack number 5. The ghost has the break, and let's see what happens here. Another pot break, losing control of the white ball there. That's not very good. We did pocket 2 balls. Whoa, actually that was a golden break. Actually did not even see that 9 ball flew into the corner, but yeah, that happens sometimes. What a timing! What a timing for a golden break. I realized from the other day when I'm practicing and I'm doing some runs, I realized that almost every time I have a golden break during my practice sessions, maybe 1 or 2, never been more than 2, but that was good. So quickly, the score is now 3-2. The ghost is now back into the match. So let's see what happens here. In a moment, guys, you may see the quality of the video change because one of my cameras ran out of space, so I do apologize for the quality, but I do believe that what's most important here is the lesson you're learning from what I'm doing here. So hopefully you guys learned something from this. So a golden break, score is now 3-2. Let's get into it. Let's see what kind of break I have here. Another pop break, very similar to the break before this. That was a lot of power into the cue ball there. A lot of power. Cue ball looks like it wants to fly off the table. So I think I need to tone down the amount of power. I'm getting a nice spread, but I'm applying too much power into the break. So we're going to need to slow that down a little bit. But let us see how this rack goes about. Alright, so the ghost is now on the table. He has pocketed a ball on the break. He has a shot on the 1. And fairly open table. Let's see what happens here. The 1 ball just need to probably stun forward a little bit and just settle for the 2. I don't like rolling these shots in any at all. I like to just pretty much kind of stroke the cue into the object ball. Lovely. It gets the object ball to the pocket quicker. Doesn't allow for any drift or roll off. So that was a nice little shot there. That's a stun follow shot that I actually learned while I was watching a video from Neil's Fine. So that's pretty good. Applying what you have learned. Here I'm just going to just cut this 2 ball in. Just the position on the 3 is automatic, but I needed to land at a better position than where I am at right now, because had I just landed perhaps like to the right of the 3 ball, then I could have actually done a 1 rail and go out for the 4 into the pocket where I had cut the 2, but unfortunately I overrun the cue ball here. And these things do happen in matches and stuff. Position plays key. There you can see I'm trying to get to that zone there, but what I didn't realize here is that the cut is actually steeper than what I thought, right? Because I'm back cutting the ball and I don't have much, I can't see much of the contact spot. So let's see what happens here with this very thin back cut. The cue ball got away from me there, as you can see. Not very ideal. So that's a major positional error, and like I said, even though this is practice, I am actually taking this game very seriously. I'm having a little smile here with myself to say I think that the error was not on the shot that was played moments ago, but it was actually the position from the 2 to the 3. That's where the error was made. I really should have gone 1 rail, 2 rail and come out. So I should have played that 2 ball a little bit harder, but nevertheless, positional error. I think I'm going to need to get my jump cue here, and I'm just looking at the contact spot. I didn't feel the kick. I felt like I could jump and perhaps land in a space to pocket the 5, because if I make this 4, I should be okay if I land on the 5. Alright, so let's see what kind of execution here. Alright, so I didn't have the proper aiming line. I jumped the cue ball a bit too high. That was a very bad jump shot. So the ghost has given up another ball in hand. I think my imaginary opponent here is making more mistakes than I am making, which is good, right? Because second chances in pool don't usually exist. All right, so here I'm just going to set an angle here, just a little bit of stun draw to just slide below the 8. Lovely shot here. Alright, and I have a nice little angle on the 5 here. I think I'm going to have a premature end to this video, because this is where I remember that my camera had run out of space. So the quality of the video is going to change in a moment, but nevertheless, guys, you won't see the end of this rack, but I must let you know in all honesty that I did complete the run after that error by the ghost. So here, the stun the 5 ball into the side for an angle on the 7. Here I'm just going to just cut this 7 ball in, think I just need to just land anywhere there and just come into the line of the 8, and I should be okay. So I'm going to have a premature end to this rock here, guys, but like I said, I did run out the rock, so it's going to be a 4-2 lead to Apex Selenia versus his ghost. Oh, I actually went 3 rails into the line of the 8 because the cut was too steep, so that wasn't too bad here. Actually, what I did is that I cut the 8, I pocketed the 8 into that top right, and I went off 1 rails for the 9 in the side. So that's what happened. You won't see it, but that's exactly what happened, guys. So that brings us to the end of that rock there, but let's just watch it until it cuts out. Here you can see I'm thinking about what I should do here. There we go. So that's the end of that, premature end to that. So the score is now 4-2, and I'm getting ready to break off again. Very, very bad error by the ghost. Apex Selenia taking advantage. It's been a good match against myself so far. I can't say that I've been playing bad. A few errors here, but what's better than making the error in practice than making it in an actual match? So that's really, really good. Alright, so about to break off. Let's see this break here. I haven't been working on my break a lot. I've been doing a lot of break shots, but it has actually been in like games, so I haven't really tuned in on my break from the other day. But I realized that this spot that I'm breaking from right now is actually a very premier spot on this table. It doesn't work for every table, but this spot right here, it gets the wing ball flying into the corner. There you can see that the 7 ball was the wing ball. It flew towards the corner pocket, but in fact there you can see that no balls were pocketed on the break. So now the ghost is now back at the table for an opportunity to run out. Let me just double check here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. That's correct. So no balls were pocketed on the break. Just wanted to make sure that I'm commentating properly here. So the ghost trailing by 2 rocks, about trying to go 2 rails or 3 rails to come out. Let's see here. Alright, another unforced error here. I didn't really settle down on that shot. I think I should have given it a bit more thought. So another error by the ghost. Apex Selenia is back at the table, leading 4 rocks to 2. So now what am I going to do here? Thinking that I should just roll forward. I was thinking about drawing, but then it's easier to just go forward a bit and get a natural shot onto the 2, which is near to the corner pocket. So there I'm looking for an angle that I need on the 3, so I could slide up into the middle of the table for the 4. So I need to hit just below the 3, near to the 3rd diamond there. That's where I want to land that cue ball. So there you can see it headed right into that direction, leaving with the exact angle that I had predicted. It's a little bit flat. Could have done a little bit more with about 2 or 3 more inches of roll, but this is very much doable. The angle that I have now, I need an angle on the 4 so I could drop onto the 5. I would ideally like to land right there where I'm aiming, or there. So if I land anywhere in that area, I have a choice to either go forward with a bit of top right spin, or I could just stun across to the side rail. But let us see the execution of this 3 ball here and where the cue ball actually ends up. Nice stroke. Cue ball headed into the directions a bit far and a bit close to my work, but I think I haven't landed. No, I have not landed with an angle. I don't have the angle that's going to get me to the 5. The 5 cannot pass the 7, and I needed an angle that would actually get me over to the side where the 7 was, but in fact that was not to be. So what do I do now? I can't roll forward, and even if I do, I'm gonna have a very steep cut. Let us see what I do decide to do here. I will not tell you what I did, but let's see here. I'm just be careful not to touch that 6 ball there. I don't want to cheat in practice. Alright, so there I try to force an angle. Right, I try to stun draw a little bit to force an angle, but there are many things that happened there, because even if I had made the shot, I would have had a really difficult shot on the 5. So what I actually should have done here was just roll the 4 in and try to play position for a safety. So there's a lesson that I have learned there on that shot. Do not force untied pocket tails. Alright, so there now you can see I've missed the 4. It has gone to join itself up with the 6. So what I'm looking for now is to cut that 4 in to go 2 rails and come around for the 5. I have to put enough low onto the cue ball to slide past the 6. So I have to be careful not to touch the 6 ball here. Alright, so I did get it there. I needed to come under the 8 to land in between that zone where the 9 and the 7 is, but unfortunately I came above the 8. Risky shot, because if that cue ball had any bit of forward spin or any bit more right spin, that could have been disastrous. But nevertheless, I did play a shot. I snookered myself behind the 5, but I'm going to attempt to do a jump shot here on the 5. Offers a nice position onto the 6. Boom. Lovely shot, lovely jump shot there by Apex Selenium. Alright, hope I got that right. Let me just double check my stats here to see who is actually shooting. I broke off. I'm not sure who is shooting here. Let me double check. 1 second, guys. So it's actually the ghost that's shooting here. Alright, so my error on that. So the ghost just jumped that 5 ball. That was a pretty good shot there. So now I have a nice position here on the 6. I just need to come up into that open space. What would be ideal here would be where my bridge hand is at the moment. So anywhere within that range would be really nice. Just gonna cut this 6 in with a bit of top right, just a little bit, not much. Hopefully I can just come into that open space there. I didn't have enough right on the cue ball, so risky shot by the ghost there, bumping that 9. I should not have gone anywhere that 9. I'm just saying to myself, that's really close. But let's see. It's pretty good so far. Alright, so now I have a shot here on the 7. Let's see. I don't have enough angle to go backwards. I would have loved to go backwards, because then that would have been automatic line into the 8. But let us see here. I'm just gonna go off 2 rails with a bit of inside spin. In this case, it would have been top left, or top right I should say. Wow, so pretty good shot, but I got a bit too close to my work here. It's pretty difficult to find the line of aim on the 8 when the cue ball is that close to the 8. So that's definitely something that we need to focus on. That's what I'm thinking about at the moment right here. I'm thinking that, okay, I can make this 8, but I will need the right speed, the right line, and I hardly can see the ghost ball position here, but I'm gonna still make the attempt, because the automatic position with a little bit of stun, just a little bit, not much. So let's look at this shot here. It's really close and played a bit too soon. There you can see that slight drifting on the 8. So the ghost has made another unforced error. Pretty disappointed with myself there. I really should have made that shot right after getting that glorious opportunity from Apex Selenia, but unfortunately that's a miss. So coming around 1, 2, could have gotten around 3 rails. There you can see I would have liked to bump off that 3rd rail and come around, but sometimes I realize that whenever I try to play this shot, if I try to overstroke the cue ball, it tends to overrule and give me a seriously bad cut. So I'd rather to end up with a position like this on the 9 than to overroll and miss the 9. So here we go, just gonna cut this ball in and just try to go off 2 rails, come out back to the middle of the table here. Ooh, close to the side, almost scratch, but luckily nothing happened there. All right, well, Apex Selenia now has a 5-2 lead going into the rack number 8. All right, quite a few unforced error by my imaginary friend here, but like I said, how do I analyze this? Leave your comments down in the comment section. Do you think this is an effective way of understanding your own game? Do you think this is a true test? Do you think that maybe because it's just practice, maybe there isn't anything realistic that's happening? Leave your opinions and suggestions in the comment section below. So let's see, Apex Selenia leading 5 racks to 2 here, about to break off. Another pot break, losing complete control of the white ball. Was a ball pocketed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, a ball was pocketed. If I'm looking correctly, is there an... Yes, that's the 9 ball that is hiding behind the 3. So I have a shot. I lost control of the cue ball, but it's all a part of the learning process. I'm sure that when I do the 10 ball training session, there will be an improvement. So let's see here. I'm trying to take a thin cut on this one and miss the ball completely. That was a very aggressive and I would say a very careless shot because it offered no guaranteed position after cutting it. Perhaps maybe would have gone into the rack with that thin cut. It would have touched near to the 3rd diamond there, but I think that was a risky shot. I would have actually should have played a push out or maybe like some sort of safety or something of that sort. So that was a really bad error by Apex Selenia, but nevertheless the ghost is now back at the table and just trying to draw this cue ball all the way down table into that little open space there. Nice friendly bump onto the 7, and with that little bump I have position onto the 3. That was risky. Again, that was risky, but the greater the risk, the greater the reward. And so the ghost has now a position. I need to go 2 rails and I need to go around the 5. So I need a bit of center left spin, but I had a bit too much follow and I headed into the 5, which destroyed my position on the 4. So not a makeable shot. The bank is not on, too risky. Looking for a safety. There you can see I'm pointing behind the cluster of balls, the 6, the 7 and the 9. So I'm just thinking that maybe if I could just thin the 4 and come off 2 rails and head towards that cluster. There you can see I had a bit too much right spin, so it came towards the cluster instead of behind the cluster. A little bit disappointed there with that. Alright, so the ghost missed his another opportunity again. So now Apex Selenia is back at the table. 5-2 advantage. Tried to cut the 4. I figured that there would have been some sort of opportunity for safety. If I made it, I would have gotten some sort of shot on the 5. If I had missed it, I would have gotten behind the cluster. So that was a 2-way shot I got a bit fortunate in terms of where the ball had landed. So there you can see now the ghost just playing a thin safety there, having Apex Selenia return back to the table. Alright, so we are going to go into the first tactical battle. The first tactical battle so far. Everything else has been just runouts or shot making, but here you're gonna see what goes on in my head when I'm trying to do some sort of kicking or trying to play position. Guys, when I'm playing these kick shots, I'm not just trying to touch the ball, I'm actually trying to do something with the cue ball here. Good attempt there by Apex Selenia for a 2-rail. I wanted to just kind of thin the 4 and just leave the cue ball onto the rail, not leaving a shot. So gave up ball in hand there. The ghost is just here, just gonna bank the 4 out, leaving the cue ball behind the 7. Nice shot by the ghost. Apex Selenia now needs a shot here. He's hooked between the 7 and the 9. What do? I only have one option, and that is the same direction where he had played the safety is the only direction that I have to touch this ball. So I need to hit this ball hard and hopefully land the object ball in a place where there's not a makeable shot. So there you can see I'm calculating the angle coming off the side rail. I'm seeing that if I could get into that line there, I should be able to touch the 4. So I'm playing here with a bit of tops or center high, kicking the ball, almost making that shot. Good attempt. That was not the intent. The intent was just to hit the ball full, but I could have gotten a bit fortunate here. So the ghost is now back at the table, trailing 5 racks to 2. Just gonna come around nicely here, 2 rails into the line of the 5. Alright, this table play is a little bit weird at times, but it's a fairly good table. It has helped me a lot in my practice session because I've missed more shots on this table than I have made. Well, I'm exaggerating, but no, I've missed a lot of easy shots on this table. It has taught me to be a little bit more refined with my shot making. So there, I just need to pretty much try to slide the cue ball into the line of the 7 where the 7 and the 9 is, but the cue ball had a bit of high, so not very good there. I still have a shot on the 6. There is a bank available, there is a safety available. I'm thinking that I could play a 2-way shot here. If I could bank the 6, I would get automatic position on the 7, either to the side or to the corner. But if I miss the 6, I would snooker him behind the 7. So let's see what Apex Selenia comes up with here. Alright, so I played the 2-way shot there. So the ghost is now back at the table. Hopefully I got that right, because sometimes I don't remember who is actually shooting because I'm focusing so much on what is actually being done. But I believe it's the ghost's turn here. Alright, so now I'm thinking about going off 2 rails. I'm trying to hit the high side of the 6. I'm trying to hit the high side of the 6 here. So Apex Selenia, I think 1, 2, high side of the 6 to carry the cue ball down to the short rail, but instead I hit the low side of the 6. But that was a good kick, good result by Apex Selenia. Now the ghost is back at the table. Alright, so now I'm thinking here that I could just play the 6 into the 8, use the 8 as a stopper, bring the cue ball behind the 9 and the 7. I felt a bit short. Another unforced error by the ghost. Apex Selenia is now on a shot on the 6. So nice shot here would have been a 6 off the 8. That was the intent. It offers a bigger pocket, but I catch the 8 a bit too thin. So now the ghost is back at the table again. This is a rack, very interesting rack here. More misses than I've counted in a long while. This is the first tactical gameplay. Let's see here. Just gonna focus on making the 6, going off 2 rails, coming around nicely for a shot on the 7. Not bad. Just gonna just roll the 7 in, come out back to the middle of the table. Ghost has an opportunity here to reduce the score line from 5-2 to 5-3. Hopefully I got this correct. Forgive me guys, I may have mistakenly say that the ghost is actually playing now, but it could be me, it could be the ghost. In my calculation here, I'm thinking that the ghost is at the table at the moment, but forgive me guys if I make that error. Alright, leave it down in the comment section. But here, lovely 2 rail shot from the 8 to the 9, stroking that. Ooh, awful miss. I think I was really emotional about, I'm not sure what I was emotional about, because everything there was pretty good, but a missed shot by the ghost there. Apex Selenio has taken a 6-2 advantage. That was a really bad miss on the 9. That should not have happened, but it's all a part of the learning process, guys. The reason why I make videos like these while I'm training is to watch myself playing, the errors that I make a note of them, improve, practice again, get better. It's all about getting better. Alright, it's all about getting better here, guys. So let's see what this rack has to offer. Apex Selenio, unfortunately, or fortunately I should say, is 4 racks adrift away from his ghost. Too many errors. Ooh. About 3 racks in a row that cue ball has been popping up into the ear real hard. There's too much power into that break. There you can see I'm saying to myself, that cue ball wanted to come off the table from about 2 or 3 racks ago. But it is what it is, guys. The ghost is now back at the table, still in the game. This is only but rack number 9. This is only but rack number 9. So now 1 ball. I have a combination, a 1-5 combination. I don't like playing combinations on these table. Well, on this table I prefer to play my shots straight in, so here I'm just gonna settle to just play that 1 straight down, trying to just stun follow a little bit here to get the 2 into the bottom right, but play that ball really bad, catching the rail early. As you can see, this is one demonstration why playing on this table can be very difficult. Touch the rail too early, you will miss. So Apex Selenio back at the table. So what do I do here? I'm in 2 minds here, guys. I'm thinking that, well, no, I'm actually going to be banking or attempting to bank this 1 ball here, and at the same time I'm just trying to draw behind the cluster. I'm actually was going out for a full-blown attack there. I went for the attack, missed the shot, got fortunate, leaving Apex's ghost snookered behind the 2. So now I need to do a kick shot here. I'm looking at the 2 rail that's going behind the 7 and coming into the 1. If I hit the high side of the 1, I could hide the cue ball behind the 3 and the 4. If I hit the low side of the 1, I could bring the 1 ball up to the side rail, leaving the cue ball on the side rail. So let's see what the cue ball does for me here. 1, 2 into the 1, the high side of the 1, leaving the cue ball up onto the side rail. That was a bit too hard, but I got a really good contact on that one, and it's not the best of outcomes, but I didn't give up ball in hand, which is important. So now the ghost has a shot here. One ball into the side, the stun into the short reel, come out. Ooh, hitting the near draw, and the one has peaked out. The one has peaked out a little bit. I don't think it's makeable, but then Apex Selenia here is going to be playing some sort of safety. Played that shot a bit too fast. Made a mess of that. I'm really becoming very emotional now. I'm missing too many shots than what I predicted. So the ghost now has the opportunity here. It's gonna play this one ball straight down because it offers automatic position for the 2. Focusing, staying still. Nice roll shot. Near almost made that shot, but I missed really badly because I hit the very high side of the rail. So Apex Selenia is now back at the table again. This is a struggle to pocket that one ball. I'm thinking that I could bank and hide the cue ball behind the 2, but then I changed my mind during the stroke, which is not very good. I actually back cut this one, trying to come 2 rails and out. Almost scratched. Very fortunate by Apex Selenia here. The ghost is back at the table again. This is a true struggle to get this one ball. What will be the outcome? Ghost is trailing by 6 racks to 2. So I'm thinking that I could just bank this one and hide the cue ball behind the 2, which is exactly what I did. Would have offered automatic position on the 2 for some sort of safety or a cut into the side, but I did miss. The 1 has peaked out. So Apex Selenia is back at the table, struggling to meet this one ball here. Almost made that shot again, missing the shot, not leaving a makeable shot for the ghost. Back at the table. Right, so Mr. Ghost here will be playing a 1 or 2 reel to bring the cue ball behind the 3. I didn't get it behind the 3, but I got it behind the 6 and the 8, and that's a very good safety by the ghost. Apex Selenia has to make another kick. Earlier the ghost had saved him behind the 2. Unfortunately, he made a 2 reel kick. Here he has another attempt now where he's gonna have to play some sort of kick on that one. Looks good to go 2 rails. I'd love to kick this one from behind, sending it across to the side rail using the 7 as a stopper. Played it a bit too hard. Almost got lucky, but didn't make it here. So the ghost trying to make something happen here. He's on the 1. Just need to take this 1 rack at a time and focus. And guys, like I said, I'm commentating as if I am the one that's playing an actual match with somebody else, but this is exactly how you are supposed to look at the game. Alright, bad positional shot there again. Table is not giving the ghost any leniency. Snooker behind the 9. Nice kick shot, but he has sold out, leaving the 2 ball in the middle of the table. Apex Selenia back at the table again, trying to focus here. Alright, so this shot here, 2 into the side. Just gonna use a tangent line here with a little bit of stun draw. Alright, to slide behind under the 9 to drop in between the 5 and the 9 for an angle on the 3. Lovely shot into that little open space here. Beautiful stroke on the cue ball there. So this angle now allows me to just try to cut this 3 ball thin to go up rails. I don't have I have too much angle, so I cannot hold position for the 4, so I have to go up rail and come back down. So I need to play this ball thin and hard. Played it a bit thick, missed it on the high side. Apex Selenio has given up at the table again. It's a very funny rock, very strange rock, missing a lot of shots here, but it's all about the learning process. The ghost tried to play some sort of safety, didn't work. Apex Selenio back at the table, trying to just stop the ghost from getting that extra rock. Very, very bad mistake here by Apex Selenio. Not very good. The ghost back at the table, looking aggressive. I want to stun and hide behind the 5, but I think I had made up my mind to just kind of stroke this in. Lovely shot by the ghost, beautiful straight down cut using the 5. Seeing here that the ghost is going to become a little bit aggressive, so I'm gonna cut that 4 ball in. The speed wasn't right. I needed a thinner cut. I needed a thicker cut with more speed, so that didn't work out. Apex Selenio is now back at the table again. This is an exchange of ins. Funny looking rock. The thing is, guys, that in training, this is what will happen. Alright? These things do happen. So you have to just embrace them and learn from these mistakes. Apex Selenio onto the 5. Nice little stun draw onto the 5 here should get me position onto the 6, but that shot again was played a bit too thick. These shots that you see I'm missing here, guys, I'm telling you, these are shots that I will be working on in the coming weeks. Alright, so the ghost misses, Apex Selenio misses, ghost is back at the table again. Alright, so there you can see a very close-up view of my back arm, and you're going to be seeing a movement in my arm here. That you see that power stroke there, that's what sometimes will cause you to miss hit the cue ball. So bad miss there by the ghost. I am moving so fast, I'm losing count of who is actually shooting, but nevertheless it's me regardless. But I believe it's Apex Selenio. This is who I believe is playing at the moment. There, nice little safety attempt there by Apex Selenio, not leaving a makeable shot here. And the ghost is back at the table. It's a fight. It's a crab in the barrel fight. Nice cut shot onto the 5, coming around for that 6. Did I get a good shot? Very good by the ghost. Oh, a little bit of style here, shooting with my left hand. Nice cut, bounce off the short reel, coming up. One thing I love about this table is that even though I am missing, I am being punished for every little error. There's no leniency on this table, and in this shot you can see that was a very good attempt at the bank. I could have at least dropped in. On any other table that is accepting of the pocket, that ball would have really gone right in, but in fact the ghost messed it up again. Apex Selenio leading 6 racks to 2. He's now going to take a 7-2 lead here after such a hard fought battle in this rack. Lovely stroke onto that 8. Breathing a sigh of relief. That was a rather exasperated rack, but nevertheless, learning, getting better, looking at my errors, looking at the mistakes that I make and making the necessary adjustments. So Apex Selenio leading 7 racks to 2. Alright, so there we're going into the rack number 10. Remember that this is I believe I'm playing 12 racks. I believe I'm playing 12 racks of 9 ball or 13 there about. I don't remember what exactly I was planning to do here, but nevertheless, still guys, what's important from this video is what you learn and what you can add to your game. All right, so Apex Selenium 7 racks to 2. Not a bad training session at all. That cue ball has now returned back to where I was breaking from in the earlier stages, where that pop and head towards the side. I got a bit of jump into the ear, so the cue ball went into the side, scratching the ghosts. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. One ball has been pocketed on the break, but the ghost now, Apex Selenium had scratched, so the ghost now has ball in hand to try to get into this match here. Alright, so now what I'm looking for here is just to land nicely onto the 2. The 1, the 2 and the 3 are in open space. I believe that is the 4 that is down where to the 1 is, not so sure, a bit blurry from where I'm looking at. I need to land nicely onto this 2, so let's see what the plan is here. Roll forward, needed a bit of bump, so I needed an angle so I could go towards the 3, but I got a more steeper angle, so now I'm gonna have to go 2, maybe 3 reels around. 1 2. That was a nice cue ball. Really put a lot of effort into that stroke. So now I'm looking at the 4 down table. I can't go forward. I actually can't go forward. So I'm thinking that maybe if I could just go backward. Right, I'm thinking that I should just go backward 2 reels. So the angle is a bit flat, so I need to punch this ball in, but I need to maintain the smoothness of the stroke. So I think I'm using a bit of high left. There we go. Cue ball it just checked a little bit and there was a slight drift on the table. There I'm very disappointed in myself again, because I really should not have gotten anywhere near the side pocket. I should have really landed near to the 3rd diamond coming out for a shot onto the 8, but another unforced error by my ghost. So now Apex Selenium is back at the table after breaking and scratching. That is usually not supposed to happen, but it is what it is. There we go again. You see, the thing is that I'm playing against my ghost, but at the same time I'm still emotional about whenever I miss. So I played that shot really bad, because I really should have come high above the 9. I should be nowhere snookered behind that 9, because that 9 is a very small ball and I had a very big open space here to make the shot. But then again, I'm gonna have to go for another shot in my repertoire here. Another jump shot. Earlier I had made a jump shot onto the 5. Boom, nice shot there. Very good jump. 2 jump shots on the same colored ball. Is the 5 ball my lucky ball? I don't know, maybe in this match it is, but that was a really good jump shot. Really good escape from a really bad positional shot. Just cutting that 7 ball in, and now I have a nice shot for the 8. I'm a little bit far though, stretching. You can see stretching. I'm holding the cue at the very end, which is not where I usually hold it when I'm making a regular shot. So I need to get into this cue ball. I needed a bit more draw. So there you can see I have a very steep cut into the corner. I've fallen a bit short here, very short. Apex Selenium trying to do this run out after an unfortunate scratch and an unfortunate miss by the goose. So bank onto the 9 into the side pocket. Very good shot. Not bad, not bad. I can't say that this training session was a bad training session. Yes, I am leading 8 racks to 2, but there were many errors that were made by the ghost. 1, scratching to the side. 2, a kick and didn't even make contact with the ball. There are so many mistakes that I could have pointed out during this match here, where the ghost had multiple opportunities to stay close or even to equalize the score, or perhaps to an extent where could have taken the lead. But it is what it is, and the score is now 8 racks to 2. So let's see here, Apex Elenio breaking. Let's see what the break is like now. Pop break again. Last time I broke, it scratched into the side. It went into the same direction. This time it didn't scratch into the pocket, but it fell off the table. So there you can see Apex Elenio is getting opportunities. Well, the ghost is getting opportunities to the other table. So it's not a full-fledged run out. It's not a obliteration by any means necessary. Good games are being played, good shots are being played, tactical gameplay is being played during this training session. But it's all about the learning. Like I said, guys, my channel is all about showing you my growth. And there I'm having a little laugh with myself there, and I'm saying to myself, it's just funny how this game goes. Sometimes you play good, sometimes you play bad. But here you can see now, just gonna cut the one. This shot is all about the speed. It's not so much about making the shot, because the shot is relatively easy, but it's all about the speed. I needed a nice little bump there because I needed a shot for the two in the side. The 2 only has 1 pocket, and that is the shot in the side, so I fell a bit short here. I have a bank available. Then again, this table, the bank is very unpredictable. The rails are soft on some sides and a little bit hard on some sides. I don't remember while I was playing here which rail is or isn't, but I know that I had to use the diamond system here for the bank. So I'm attempting to bank this one and draw back for the 3. You can see the drawback for the 3, but it was a good attempt at the position. I missed the shot because of course that 8 ball was playing very, very big. Alright, so Apex Elenio scratch. The ghost made an attempt to do this, missed the shot again. Apex Elenio is back at the table, trying to cut this 2 ball in, overcutting the ball. There wasn't a bad attempt. Like I said, these pockets are not easy. They are very small, and this is what I use to train myself, guys, to improve my shot making. The ghost is back at the table. Nice cut shot onto the 2. I believe this is the final rack, guys. So the ghost here not giving up. Lovely stun draw shot onto the 3 for a beautiful position onto the 4. Just gonna draw this 4 ball back into that nice open space where the light is. Lovely draw shot towards where the chalk is. Seems as if I knew exactly where I wanted that cue ball to go. Nice shot onto the 5 here. Just gonna stroke this 5 ball in and come out for the 6. Nice position into the middle of the table. The best place on the table to have the cue ball, guys, is in the middle of the table, where most shots, if not all shots, are possible. So they are lovely little positional shot onto the 6. Nice little stun draw. Got a little bit close to my work. I needed to draw the cue ball a little bit more, but I've been missing a lot of shots, as you can see. Well, this is the ghost that's playing, I'm sure. And so I'm desperate to run out this game here, using the bridge there to play that nice positional shot onto the 8. It's a nice little run out. Even though I'm under pressure, this is a nice little run out. Forward, up, bouncing off, getting very close to the 9, and this is a lovely shot. Lovely positional shot. I just need to wrap up this game here for the 9. Alright, and that is the end of the match, guys. That was a lovely run out, lovely stroke. There you can see I'm celebrating a good training session there. But as you can see, guys, I'm about to talk to you right now and tell you some stuff about this training, so have a listen. Alright? Or 9 racks of 9 ball. What I want to highlight in all of this that you've just witnessed is just a normal day at practice for me. Before I started running the racks, I did a few warm-up shots just to make sure that my stroke is straight. Every day I do a stroke test up, right? Have to keep that arm straight. I'm not sure what you got from watching all of what I've done. I demonstrated position play, I demonstrated pattern play, using the angles. If you notice that perhaps all of my patterns I didn't really use much spin unless it was absolutely necessary. I can't remember a rack where I used spin 3 times in a rack. You also saw me do one attempt at a push out. You saw some tactical games. You saw some missed shots, uncharacteristic missed shots. You saw some Hail Mary shots. You saw a little bit of everything. You saw jumps. You didn't see any kick shots, but you saw kick save or attempted kick saves. So a lot of stuff that you can learn from that, guys. And this is just what I have to do on a daily basis to improve on my game. I got a bit frustrated during the rack. I started off really good, but then in the middle phase I started to just lose a bit of momentum, and then I started to play a little bit more loose, but then that didn't work for me, so I had to go back to my fundamentals. But all in all, guys, I hope that you enjoyed the video, enjoyed my practice session. And actually I didn't even plan to come here and do this. I just came here and said, hey, let me just video myself running a few racks, and then boom, you saw some good rocks. This is just one of my better training days when I'm playing 9 ball. I'm going to try to do another training session like this with 10 ball, and also another training session like this with 8 ball. My favorite games, of course, are 9 ball and 10 ball, but 8 ball is just what we play mostly in this country, so it is what it is. Alright, guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like on the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and of course, if you want to become a better pool player, you just have to be committed. You have to use whatever free time you have to invest into the game, respect the game, remain humble, drop the ego, and just ensure that, the game is fun. Have fun while you're playing, laugh at your mistakes, make a note of them, correct them, fix them, and then slowly but surely you will improve on your game. So thank you for watching. Do take care, and I'll see you in another video. And so there you have it, guys. I kind of just gave you an idea. I just gave you a good idea of what was in my mind. Right, I'm commentating after the match, but you can see I was really happy with my performance. It wasn't the best, but again, I'm not a pro. I'm trying to get to that level, and I'm doing this with limited resources. But I hope you guys appreciate the effort that I have put into making this video. The quality is not the best, but of course I do the best with what I've gotten or what I have. Alright, so do take care, guys. Like I said in the video, until next time, we're going to be looking forward to that 10 ball training session. Hopefully it's going to be a better training session, and let's see what happens. Take care, guys, and I will see you very soon. Like, share, and subscribe, and look out for more content. Take care. Wow, that was a good one. That was a good training session, honestly. We run out the rock there. Brilliant.